joining me again here for another episode of Women of the Bible. Thank you all for joining me here. I'm so excited to be able to continue to learn and continue to have us all grow together in teaching about these women of the Bible. And again, even looking at women we may not have even thought about looking into, and kind of seeing their examples and seeing a little bit what they went through and seeing how we can use their examples, both good or bad, with their life and what's going on, and how we can use that for even our daily lives or any situation that we may come into our lives. Again, both good and bad. So today I'm going to go ahead and talk about a woman named Abihail. All right, ladies, so I got my notes just as previously before here, so I can go ahead and we can all learn and grow together. Going into looking at Abihail briefly, we're going to be looking into 2 Chronicles, the 11th chapter, verses 18. It reads, Rehoboam married Mahalath, who was the daughter of David's son Jeremoth, and Abihail, the daughter of Jesse's son Eliab. Again, looking at 2 Corinthians, the 11th chapter, verses 18. Now, Abihail was the daughter of Jesse's first son, Eliab, whose name means God is Father. And then as well, Abihail's name means Father is Strength. Now, looking through here, just to pause for a moment, just give you a little bit of who's who in the Bible. Jesse was the father of King David, and Jesse was the son of Ohad and the grandson of Boaz and Ruth. So Abihail certainly has a pretty impressive lineage here, since her uncle David and his son Solomon became Israel's greatest kings at the time. Plus as well, Abihail's daughter, she married a king. Abihail's daughter named Mahalath, she actually married a king as well, King Rehoboam, but his kingdom was kind of falling apart during this time. As we look into Abihail, during this time he is making kind of wrong decisions, and his kingdom is kind of falling apart right now. And again, we're going to go into this little bit by little bit here, so I'll kind of go explain what's going on in him as well as we of course look into Abihail and who she is. It doesn't give us a ton of detail in regards to her life, but looking here, kind of looking between the lines, you can see that Abihail was a mother, you can kind of see whose heart must have definitely been saddened to watch her kingdom crumble in the hands of her son-in-law. And it kind of tells us that King Rehoboam's position as king was getting stronger and stronger. And after a while, he's a pretty big, he's in a pretty big power position, of course, as king, and him being king about after 5 years or so. He has pretty good standing with his people, pretty good standing, and now building up a strong kingdom. But his kingdom, along with all of Israel, he made the decision to abandon the law of God. And looking at Abihail in these few verses, like I said, it doesn't give us a ton of detail in regards to the whole story in regards to Abihail. But us, again, looking through, kind of reading in between the lines here and seeing what's going on and what her son-in-law is doing, and seeing what's going on with her and, with her daughter, again, even thinking back to her lineage, we kind of can see little bit by little bit, kind of a bit of the sorrow that she must be experiencing, especially with having such an impressive family line. You can kind of tell here, looking here, that your lineage isn't everything. It doesn't guarantee you're going to live a life without struggle, without some type of trouble that's going to be coming your way. And I think she's kind of seeing that, and you can tell, from her kind of this outside position, seeing the king, what's going on, seeing what's happening with their daughter, seeing all that's going on, seeing the kingdom, or the king that has turned away from God's law, and is just seeing kind of all of this destruction, all this kind of crumbling in front of her. And I could see probably during that time, especially for women, she probably honestly can't really do or say too much about it, and it just has to kind of just sit there and just witness all of this. So it can be, looking kind of between the lines, you can kind of see here that Abigail is probably definitely heartbroken at this, and seeing her family kind of making those wrong decisions and falling apart. And I feel like we've all been in that situation, especially with kind of talking to parents here for a moment, mamas here. We all want our kids to be happy. We all want to see them grow. We all want to see, our family succeed, and her seeing that success kind of slipping away a little bit by a little bit. It's probably a little bit frightening too, like, oh no, what's going on right now? So we can definitely see that family background doesn't make you immune to, you know, troubles of life or the detours that happen, or, you know, even maybe your children slipping away, or, you know, going against God or doing something you didn't expect. So, you know, we have these dreams and expectations and hopes and desires for our kids or for our family, and you can just see that dream kind of just dissipating right in front of her face. And again, with Abihail's background, especially with all that is going on, I feel like there definitely can be a sense of pressure that's there from certain families. I think we've all have seen or even heard of certain families, you know, oh my gosh, this great family, you know, they're amazing, they're great, they're beautiful, and then we find out, oh my gosh, there's so many things that are going on, oh my gosh, that happened, oh my goodness, this happened, you know. So again, your family background doesn't guarantee life free of trouble. And I'm pretty sure even during that time of all this destruction is going on, I'm pretty sure, almost like 99.8% sure, there's some people definitely talking, if you know what I mean. So I think he's probably even feeling that much pressure even on her. Like, I can't believe this is happening. You know, things are definitely not panning out for her family in the way that he had expected, since her son-in-law has decided to turn away or abandon the law of the Lord. Now, Abihail's sadness and definitely unexpected life happenings here definitely can remind us as well that our security is found absolutely 100% in the Lord and who he is. And looking through, I mean, I don't think I would be too far-fetched to say, you know, that I feel like in a way during that time, you know, her security blanket in a way is her family, is having this great family background, is having this impressive lineage, is knowing that, you know, she came from great kings, you know, during that time, and now, you know, kind of up on top, for, you know, lack of a better phrase, or maybe for the best phrase, now slowly seeing it just come down and 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 come down. You know, it can be it can be definitely disheartening, but she definitely reminds us here to understand and know that yes, we can absolutely want the best for our family. Yes, we can have that hope for our family. Yes, we can have those dreams for our family, but that should not be what we're putting our hope in and our security in. We need to have that security in the Lord and who he is and how he provides and how he helps us and how he's our hope, no matter what may be going on around you, no matter if son-in-law is acting crazy, you know, making the wrong decision. You know, our security is found in the Lord. Though life may cause you and maybe even others around you to kind of take a detour, keep understanding and knowing the knowledge that God, he writes our stories. He understands exactly what we're going through. He helps us withstand our problems. And he is the one that sustains us. He's the one that protects us. And he does want to give us a future and hope. But again, that is found in him. He is our security. I'll even go as far as saying he is our security blanket. And I'm gonna wrap myself in his security blanket at all times. Because as clearly as we can see, the kingdom is crumbling because of the wrong decision of, you know, the king deciding, I'm good, I'm strong enough, I've got this, you know, power, so to speak, so I think I'm good now. And as well, even some of the Israelites even are for that, like, okay, we'll go with what the king is saying. No, and of course, as a result, everything is falling apart. We have a mother-in-law here who is just like, this is not what I expected, this is not how I expected life to pan out here. What is going on? So understand that we have our security found in the Lord. Understand, even God lets us know, of course, as well, we will go through hardships. We will go through times where it's difficult. That yes, even in the scripture it tells us, yes, we will have trials. Yes, we will have bad days. But take heart in knowing that he is our hope, that he gives us a future. He has overcome the world, so therefore we can overcome anything that comes our way as long as we stay linked to our Father in heaven. So thank you all for joining me here for another episode of Women in the Bible. I hope you learned some in regards to Abihail and her example and what she went through and her emotions and how that can help us and have a little understanding that you're not alone. You know, we've all been in situations that we didn't expect to pan out. You know, they panned out differently than what we had expected, but understand and know that we can stand secure in knowing that God has our back as long as we're with Him, He is with us as well, and we can overcome. So thank you, ladies, for joining me here for another episode of Women of the Bible, and I will see you guys next time.